Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Feel each inhale and exhale like a smooth and natural movement. Now, imagine your mind as a vast landscape, an open space where anything is possible. Every thought you have, every feeling that arises, is like a little seed planted in this soil. Over time, these seeds grow, take root, and create paths. Some of these paths are familiar, repeated every day, while others remain unexplored. What you might not realize is that this soil is constantly changing, always ready to receive new seeds and create new paths. Your mind, just like your body, has the ability to renew itself, to transform, to create new trails, even though the past may have left deep marks. Now, think about the choices you make every day. Every habit, every repeated thought, is a way of directing your path. But the most amazing thing is that you can choose, at any moment, to plant new seeds. You can decide to walk down new trails, create new paths, new ways of thinking, feeling, and living. Your mind is flexible. It's not stuck to who you were, but rather to who you choose to be. Every moment is an opportunity to renew yourself, to leave old patterns behind and make space for the new. Even if you've repeated old habits for years, the possibility of change is always within your reach. What you need to do is trust the process, allow yourself to be transformed, and open up to new possibilities. Take another deep breath. Feel the lightness of knowing that you have the power to renew your mind, rewrite your story, and create new paths that will lead you to a different future. Transformation begins with the acceptance that you can change. Now, as you reflect on this, ask yourself, what do you want to plant in your mind today? What new seeds will you choose to cultivate? Now, let your mind calm even more, feeling the weight of your body relaxing. Breathe deeply and notice how your breath becomes even more peaceful. Each breath brings a sense of lightness, as though you're in a safe and serene place. As you find yourself in this state of calm, imagine your life as a collection of small moments, a series of daily choices that, over time, create the patterns that guide your way. Every thought you have, every little action repeated, builds a habit. And habits, in turn, shape your reality. In a way, you are the sum of the habits you practice every day. Now, realize that these habits don't just appear out of nowhere. They're the result of repetition. When you repeat something, whether it's a thought or an action, you're strengthening that habit in your mind. Like a road that, as it's traveled over and over, becomes clearer and easier to follow. Similarly, your daily habits create mental paths that become easier to walk down, until you don't even have to think about what you're doing. They become automatic, like a natural reflex. But here's the big secret: if habits shape your reality, then you have the power to change that reality simply by changing the habits you practice. You might have gotten used to certain patterns, certain ways of thinking or acting, but remember, you're not stuck with that. You can choose to start creating new habits, one by one, and over time, these new habits will begin to shape a new version of you. Take a deep breath again and reflect on this. What habits have you been practicing that have shaped your life so far? And what habits would you choose to create in order to build the reality you want to live? Every small step is a new path, a new trail being formed. Keep breathing deeply, with each inhale bringing more calm, and each exhale releasing any remaining tension. Now, imagine yourself as a mirror, reflecting everything you think, feel, and do. Every moment, you reveal yourself to yourself. And more than that, you create yourself from this reflection. Your identity, who you believe you are, is not something fixed. It's constantly being shaped by the choices you make, the thoughts you nourish, and the actions you take every day. Every time you think something, whether it's a positive belief or a doubt, you're adding a layer to your identity. And every action, no matter how simple, also shapes you, leaving marks that accumulate, forming the image you have of yourself. Maybe at some point, you believed that your identity was something that couldn't be changed. Maybe you identified with old beliefs or patterns of behavior that seemed set in stone. But now, by looking at your life more clearly, you realize that all of this is flexible. You're not a prisoner of your past. You're not a prisoner of your old beliefs. With every new thought, every new action, you're recreating yourself. In this moment, reflect. How have you seen yourself so far? What are the beliefs you have about yourself? Do these beliefs still serve your purpose of growth? You have the power to change how you see yourself. It doesn't matter what happened before, what matters is what you choose to think and do now. And by choosing to change, you begin to create a new identity, a new version of yourself, more aligned with your deepest desires and intentions. Feel, in this moment, the freedom that comes with the realization that you are capable of change, of rewriting your story, of creating a new version of yourself. Take a deep breath and visualize that new identity forming, made of new thoughts, new beliefs, and new actions. Now, with a calm mind, imagine yourself standing in front of a path you've walked many times before. This path is familiar, known, and you know exactly where it's going to take you. But as you look at it, something inside you knows that this path is no longer the one you want to follow. You feel an inner desire to change, to explore something new, something more aligned with your true self. Changing is a challenging process. And that's natural. When you decide to change, you're, in a way, telling your mind and body to step out of the comfort zone. They will resist. The familiar, the old, is like a safety zone. Even though this path isn't taking you where you want to go, it still feels safe. Change, on the other hand, might seem scary, unpredictable. But take a deep breath and realize that, even in the face of this resistance, you have the strength inside of you to move forward. Change, although challenging, is the gateway to growth. When you decide to take that first step, something inside you activates. A new impulse emerges, and with it, the courage to move towards the new, even though you don't know exactly what's coming. At this moment, imagine yourself breaking the chains of old patterns, freeing yourself from limiting beliefs and habits that no longer serve your purpose. Change might be uncomfortable, but it's also liberating. Every step you take towards change is a step towards your true freedom. Allow yourself to feel the resistance, without fear. Understand that it's part of the process, and at the same time, recognize that you are stronger than any resistance that arises. You have the power to choose a new path. Take a deep breath and feel the confidence and courage strengthening inside of you. Now, feel the deep peace that comes with the acceptance that transformation doesn't happen all at once. There's no rush. There's no need to hurry. The process of renewal is gradual, and every small step you take is a building block for something new, something more aligned with who you want to be. Take a deep breath and feel that, with each breath, you're planting the future you want to live. Imagine that now, you have the ability to visualize a new version of yourself. Who do you want to be? What kind of person do you want to become? This future is not far away. It starts to take shape the moment you decide, consciously, to live differently. Every new action, every renewed thought, is a piece that fits into the construction of this new identity. Now, see yourself living this new version of yourself. How do you feel? What are you doing differently? What are you saying to yourself and others? Allow yourself to experience this version of you in full detail, with all your senses. Feel the energy of this new identity taking shape within you. Realize that, in this moment, the future is already beginning to be created, because every thought and every action in the present are the foundations of this new reality. And now, as the visualization becomes clearer and sharper, understand that this future is not out of your reach. It's within your reach, right here, right now. The power to create who you want to be starts with the intention to change, with the courage to take the first steps. You have everything you need within you to be the person you want to become. Take a deep breath, absorbing the feeling that the future is yours, and every day is an opportunity to build this new, more aligned version of who you are. And as you leave this meditation moment, remember, transformation happens now. Every moment is a chance to create the future you want to live.